everyone, welcome back. It is Thursday. It is time for another wrestling review. With me, once again, we have Campo Reviews, the man who reviews everything, movies, TV shows, wrestling. He does it all. So today we are going through New Japan's Dominion at Osaka-jō Hall, main evented by Sanada versus Yota Tsuji. But there were a lot of great matches on this card.
Except for one.
We'll talk about it when we get to it. But I did not watch the pre-show because I didn't know there was a pre-show. But it was the same match we had the last time, the Young Lion Hat Trick Challenge. For some reason, Oscar Lube.
I purposely did not watch it.
Your boy, Boltland Oleg.
Did he win?
No. Well, it says that Nakashima, Oiwa, and Oleg all three beat Lube. I don't know.
How does that work?
I don't know. I didn't watch it, so I don't know. So we'll go straight to the first match of the show. It opens off with a fantastic way with Will Ospreay and Lance Archer in the first match. Good way to open the show with Will Ospreay.
A strangely long and aggressive match for two guys that are still injured, that they're trying to help one guy get off TV and help one guy get to his next match. Seems very odd that they went so hard in this match.
Yeah. But it didn't last very long. It was only an 8-minute match.
But it was a very hard 8 minutes.
8 minutes. And it was the outcome that was supposed to happen. We knew this was coming, and it's good. And Will Ospreay goes over.
Yeah,
we knew that was
shout out to us who get to watch it live. Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega. Are you crazy? Holy crap, this could be the match of the year.
This is rematch at Wrestle Kingdom this year.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pretty excited.
I'm jacked for that one too.
I'm jazzed.
I'm jacked. So Will Ospreay goes over. We're getting Ospreay versus Omega. That is I mentioned that in the other review that we did the other night. I'm looking forward to this match of Omega and Ospreay now. We get to see this live.
Who wouldn't?
It's a rare occurrence for
we're gonna get to watch Stone Cold versus The Rock. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Of course it's Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, of course I'm excited. So thoughts on the match? It was the right call. Obviously, like you said, Archer needs to get off TV because he's hurt. Ospreay is still working, slightly injured. He's still showing some signs of ring rust, but I think by the time Forbidden Door gets here, he's got 4 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. It got the hype rolling for the beginning of this.
Yeah, the crowd popped huge for Ospreay.
Yeah. Then they immediately shut us down in the next match.
Yes, which is LIJ, Naito, Takagi, Ibushi, and Titan against Five Guys Burgers, Taichi, Doki, Kanemaru, and Michinoku.
Listen, it wasn't that this match is bad. It's that
it didn't need to be there.
No, it didn't. It was just to put names on the show. And it's so weird that these guys have literal beef, but then the matches are so normalized. There's no hardcoreness to it.
I know they were trying to build on the momentum of Titan going to the finals. That was shut down pretty quickly. But it wasn't a bad match. It just I didn't care for it.
It was unnecessary.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It lowered the momentum that they just built. Especially because we didn't get a normal 75-minute entrance by Naito.
Yeah.
He's so over though.
He is.
No one gets a pop louder than him, so I don't understand why they use him the way that they do.
But it was a match. It was okay. It wasn't anything bad. But let's move on and go to a better match here. We have Catch 2-2 against the Intergalactic Jet Setters of Kushida and Kevin Knight. What a match this was. This is a fantastic match.
It's so bothersome though that they spent the whole match talking about how bad Kushida was in the tournament, which we agreed on. We know, okay, so he didn't get the title in Impact because he was going to be part of this event, and they gave him the junior tag titles as a thank you for putting everyone over in the event. Then he gets to this match and loses again, and it's just
gets demolished by Catch 2-2.
But what a good match! TJP is on some next shit, and he's not young.
No, TJP is close to 40.
And Francesco, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I keep wanting to call him Francisco. Francesco Akira is gonna be a superstar. Francisco. He's
Shout
gonna
out
be a
to Elf.
superstar in this division.
Yeah, he is. He is. He's gonna go far. He's got great charisma. He's got a great character. Once TJP and like when he decides to leave, I think Akira is gonna go solo. And but the main thing after such a fantastic match, the reason why I think they lost is Kevin Knight's going back to New Japan Strong in the US. Kushida's going back to Impact because technically he's contracted to Impact. He was on loan. So I think it was just like, hey, you're coming to Japan, do this show for us. We'll just put a belt on you, and then when you leave, we'll take it away.
It was a payment for him putting everyone over in the junior tournament.
Yeah,
they're like, here,
another
we'll give you another little shine.
Yeah, but what came at the end of this is Dan Maloney, our boy, turns.
Well, it starts off with Clark Connors coming out and saying that he wants a challenge and pointing to the back, and then they get attacked from behind by Dan Maloney. And I'm now joins because Dan Maloney's a douchebag, and I love it.
Yeah, he plays a greasy heel so good, and with Clark Connors, I really like the pairing. And this is good for Connors too, because at least now Connors will get more into the spotlight. I honestly think they're going to beat Catch 2-2.
They are, and you can tell that this whole entire thing is a setup because everyone is being put immediately into championship feuds.
Yeah.
Which tells me that they have big plans for Bullet Club, and it's like, we thought Bullet Club was over, but right now they're going in a smart direction.
And they're coming back stronger than ever.
They get more people, which we'll talk about, but the fact that they kept Chase Owens and Ishimori, and they still have Bad Luck Fale, and they're like, and they have Kenta, they kept like a majority of the strong wrestlers, right? So, and
they're adding fresh young talent, Connors and now Maloney. So
there's definitely at least one more happening.
Yes. So, with that, we go to our next match. Zack Sabre Jr. against Jeff Cobb. Not as good as the first match that they had. The one that ended in a draw.
No, but it was still a good match.
Yeah. And they're saying that Zack has already had like 19 defenses of this belt or something like that since January.
Yeah. I'm really surprised, though, that they didn't put Jeff over.
Yeah.
Because I thought, especially when you look at the way that it goes in the tag match we get tonight, I didn't even know that Great O'Khan and Aaron Hanare
are the official tag team.
Yeah, we're going to be in that. And it feels weird to me that everyone is doing something really big in United Empire, especially now that Dan Maloney turned heel. To find out that Jeff Cobb, who's one of the better wrestlers they have, is just middling away in this division where he keeps losing to Zack Sabre Jr.
Could this lead to maybe him having enough in United Empire and Zack says, come join us, and he joins TMDK?
I mean, it's possible. He is an Islander. And I mean, other than Zack Sabre Jr., everyone else is from in that area.
Like New Zealand, and like he's Hawaiian or something, isn't he?
I don't know if he's Hawaiian, but he's something over there. He could be Hawaiian either way.
Polynesian descent. And let's just I think Jeff Cobb's from Texas though.
Yeah, maybe, but that's not.
No, he's from Hawaii. He's from Honolulu.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, he's Polynesian descent. He's he could fit in with TMDK.
He could. I don't think they'll do it.
But anyway, not as good as the first one. Zack goes over. It was kind of a surprise. I like the way it ended though, where Jeff Cobb puts him in the Tour of the Islands, and then Zack reverses it into a pin. Yeah, kind of catches him off guard.
But it's kind of similar to the last match, right? Where it didn't seem like Zack had any chance of winning, and then all of a sudden turned it into a submission.
True, but it was still a good match nonetheless. Not as good as like I said, the first one, but it was a decent match. I mean, the card has been strong so far. Like it hasn't been a bad card. With that, we are going into another title. This time it was for the vacant IWGP and New Japan Strong Tag Team Championships. I thought they
should not have did it for both.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Because
what this potentially leads to. So let's talk about this match first. Actually, it was quite a good match.
Yeah, United Empire had the upper hand for most of the match. I honestly thought they were going to win this.
I thought this was what it was going to be because when I saw the card, right, I was like, okay, there's no way in hell that Evil is winning. And if they do, they're on some shit. New Japan needs to check themselves. But I mean, we know Bishamon is like their go-to always,
Yeah.
and it's kind of getting gross for me. Like it feels icky, even though I love them. But it's
Yeah.
like I get it. They want to keep giving Goto titles to make up for all the dogging that they do for
But
him
they
in the
don't
singles.
need it anymore. They've already established themselves.
And
Like,
unless you're going to let them go on a long run, I don't care. Which we know it's not going to be a long
no,
run.
this could have been a great opportunity to put a little shine on Hinare, give him his first
Yes, because
championship.
it's him having his chance to come up, and it's them respecting Great Okan and everything he's been doing for this company
The
because
champion
he's
of the
already
British.
a two-time tag champion. Let him be the third time, right? It
Yeah.
makes sense in my head.
But I mean, yeah, Bishamon
Bishamon
go
goes
over.
over,
Yeah,
and
they
it was a
win
good
both belts.
match.
It was a good match. The
I
wrong
think
team won. I put the wrong team won.
there's gonna be a match 100% at Forbidden Door. It's gonna be Bishamon, FTR, and
A
possibly
rematch.
one or two more tag teams like how it was last time. It's gonna be for all the titles are on the line. And
The Lucha Brothers, all 4 belts on the line.
I mean, maybe, who knows? But I think the only benefit here from FTR winning is that they get the strong titles, which they've never won yet, which adds to their list, because that's kind of what they're doing, right?
It'll be 8-star.
Yeah, and I think that's more like it makes more logical sense to me. But at the same time, they don't need to 3-belt again. If
No,
there was a way just for them to win the strongs, I think that's what you should do.
that's what should have been. They should have done a different tournament
Or
for.
maybe the Lucha Brothers win. Let's just say, because we don't even know if this is a match. The Lucha Brothers win, get all 4 titles, and then they start spending a lot of time wrestling in Japan. Because
True.
Japan loves lucha wrestling, and those guys haven't spent any time in Japan.
Yeah, that could work. We'll see where it goes. But I mean, like you said, Bishamon go over again. Like I said, it should have been someone like Hinare and Khan. It would have put a good shine on Hinare because since starting watching him last year at the G1, he's really impressed.
Yeah, he's a good wrestler.
Yeah, and they did that little vignette. Have you seen that one? I don't know if it's on YouTube, how he like started off as a gangbanger and like was gonna go to prison, and then he found wrestling. And
Hanari?
yeah,
No, I haven't seen that.
yeah, go watch it. It's really, really good. Like,
Is he
it's
from New Zealand?
I believe so, but it was a good little spot. I think it's on YouTube.
I'll check
yes,
it.
he's from New Zealand, from Auckland, not Oakland.
Hey,
Next we
same
go.
place as Jay White.
Yes, he is. But next we go into our never openweight championship match: David Finlay versus El Phantasmo. And holy shit, was this such a good match?
El Phantasmo's like I really hope nothing but the best for him. Like
Yeah.
they're really putting a heavy duty push behind him, which I never would have expected.
And we thought, watching him in the G1 last year, we thought, who is this guy? He's a joke. Because we saw him last year too at Forbidden Door.
He improved a lot, I think, and in the G1 tournament, we became eventually surprised by what he was doing.
But not only that, but the way when he was talking on the mic, doing the commentary, like.
Yeah. But the thought process going into the G1 was like, who is this guy? And then prior to that, we felt like this guy's just a dumb character that you will never get over.
A goofy character.
The Shingo feud, they've been pushing him so hard. And it's like, I really, really, really hope it works for him as a face, because like the crowd is kind of behind him, but he's not yet to the point where when he comes out, everybody freaks out, you know? But
I think there's gonna be another match, and I think ELP may beat Finlay.
I think he'll win and then he'll lose it back to him or something like that.
It won't be the never open weight. It's a belt that should change hands.
That's what it's meant to do, right? It's supposed to. It's like a TV title, even though there's already a TV title.
But ELP is starting to look like Logan Paul.
Yeah, he's so good though.
Yeah.
That one spot where he jumped all the way over the barricade was crazy.
Yeah. From the ring to the so athletic. Like, I mean,
there was a poor old woman in the corner seat that took 2 heavy fucking hits from the from the barrier. She just got up and walked away.
But it was such a good match. With that, Finlay does go over. But we get our next big moment. We missed the big moment at the end of the Bishamon match.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
We did. We get 2 new members of the Bullet Club.
One that I hate
Gabriel Kidd.
And one that's potentially a really, really ridiculously good wrestler with a really stupid gimmick.
Alex Coughlin.
Yeah.
The guy who's supposedly supposed to be going against Shibata for the
guy who's supposedly an android.
Yes, he's a robot.
And it's
he's
like
a Samsung phone.
But if they played him to that gimmick and made him be absolutely unstoppable, where he's just like not taking any pain, he like no sells everything and just crushes people, I would believe it.
But that's what they make it look like he's doing now. Like that's serious. He's not the jokey, laughy anymore. He's like serious. And
do you see him jump over the ropes?
Yes.
Every time he exits the ring, he jumps all the way over to the ground.
Yes. Yes. So he is athletic as well. And what are they called? They're called the War Dogs. Or is the group that faction?
The Dogs of War or War Dogs, something like that. But I love their theme song. It was really good. Like, honest to God,
I noticed too, they changed the way they Too Sweet.
Yeah, they do it backwards.
They do it backwards.
It's like they're spitting in the face of Bullet Club, right? Because this is the new era of Bullet Club. Gato is such a good booker, man.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
And we were so doubtful. We were like, this is so dumb. So far, the booking for TMDK and for Bullet Club has been fantastic.
United Empire, not so much.
But they're going somewhere. Like the loss of Will Ospreay hurt them a bit for that little period, right?
But what I also noticed that this new faction of Bullet Club, this little group that they're forming, they're all Gaijin.
Yeah, but that's how it's supposed to be, right?
Right.
Or their group is just supposed to be outsiders. And technically Gaijin just means like foreigner.
Foreigner, exactly.
So, we could see, like I said, I'm still sticking with that DKC is going to join that group soon.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that happen. Well, we've already got a couple strong guys joining, so
you're going to go through the list of names at the end. But I thought it was really weird that after getting all these reveals, all of the guys that we just found out switched to Bullet Club still said LA Dojo in their thing.
Yeah, that is very true. But that's playing into the end of the match, because after the match ends, they all come in the ring, join. I posted it up on my Instagram the other day too. They all join Finley in the ring, and it's like this new version of Bullet Club looks like it can be strong and go places.
I agree.
And here we thought a few months ago, we said, okay, it's United Empire and thing. They're going to take down Bullet Club, and Bullet Club seem like they're stronger than ever. We were even doubtful about Finley as the leader of Bullet Club. As much as we like Finley.
You know what it is about him? And this is weird because I do think he's a good wrestler and I do like the character. He has no charisma. So when he comes out, you just don't feel it. When Jay White came out, it was like you could feel this like aura of like, I'm a douchebag, you know?
But at least with Finley, he's got Gato. Gato's always all the time.
But Clark Connors and Dan Maloney, they're just dripping douche. And it works so well. The Clark Connors' switch in character is crazy.
Night and day, yeah.
It's amazing. Like to see that this guy was not getting pushed before to seeing what he's doing now after even in the tag tournament.
Was it last year at Forbidden Door? Was it last year at Forbidden Door? We're like, why is he even in this match?
We thought he was good.
Yeah.
No one even knew who Clark Connors was.
Yeah, because we're like, okay, I guess they have to put somebody from like the LA Dojo as well.
That was very fresh.
Yeah,
Clark Connors too.
Yeah, that was like
he just got back to New Japan.
Yeah, so that was. I'm trying to find a match. It wasn't the tag match. It wasn't the six-man.
It was for the title for the international
the All Atlantic
title,
one. Yeah,
the first match.
It was Pac, Miro, Malachi. That's why it was Pac, Miro, Malachi Black, and Clark Connors. We're like, why is he in this match?
Because who was it supposed to be? Wasn't it supposed to be somebody really good that had to back out?
I think it was supposed to be Kenta. And Kenta was hurt, I think, for a bit.
Okay, so that, and then in the first match, it was supposed to be somebody who couldn't make it that got replaced by Wheeler Yuta. And I can't remember who that was. That was supposed to be another big name. And then the main event was originally supposed to be Naito versus Kenny Omega. But because both of them were injured, it ended up being Moxley versus
Tanahashi. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was and it was supposed to be Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson.
Oh yeah, there's so many weird things happened like that changed all the turn of events there.
It still turned out really well. It was still a fantastic pay-per-view, but I digress. So next we have Hiromu Takahashi against Master Wato for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. What a disaster this
The wrong kid died. Shout out to Dewey Cox, the movie. The wrong kid died. You goofed this so bad. Like,
he completely schooled him. Like, Wato had very little offense in a 20-minute match.
And
Wato
I thought in
nothing.
my head, okay, this is my thought process. They're doing what they did against Titan. He's going to have a little comeback in his hometown. He's going to win. Smart move. And we move on. No, he got dominated for like 20 minutes and then lost. And to me, this is crazy because we said at Wrestle Kingdom, Takahashi winning was not a good idea. Okay. Then Takahashi just kept winning. And every time he kept winning, we kept saying this is a bad idea. Then we saw the storyline they were building for Wato to win at home, and he lost again. And I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And if he would have lost where he was dominating most of the match and he got a fluke loss, that's different. But for him losing the way he did, completely getting destroyed by Takahashi, takes away any meaning of him winning that Super Juniors tournament.
And it makes
that would be like Devitt when he was best of the Super Juniors, going in against whoever was a champion at the time and just getting absolutely plastered.
Yeah. I don't remember who was the light champion at that point.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it might have been not Ibushi. Shibata, maybe.
Either way, it doesn't matter. I think it might have been Ibushi. So it's just, I find it so strange with the storytelling. It just it's not making sense. Make it make sense. And if this whole thing makes me think that Takahashi is part of like what they're booking.
Yeah.
Like it's like WCW style booking where he's backstage being like, no, I'm not losing to this guy. And they're like, oh, I guess we're gonna have to change the storyline.
We're gonna have to make the story, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Like we were getting so high on Wato too, and now he's just falling back down.
It storytelling wise, it doesn't make sense because we've been saying no this whole time, then saw the light and we're like, holy crap, what a story. And then you still didn't do it.
And you took it away from us. But the less we talk about this, the better. Next, we go into the 6-man tag team match for the Never Openweight Championship. Okada, Ishii, and Tanahashi against BCC, Moxley, Claudio, and Shota.
It was a good match.
Yeah, for what it was. Moxley bleeding as always.
You know what? Ishii had a really good
run
in here. He had some fantastic, like, it really made me be like, and I'm not a big Ishii fan, everyone knows this, but every time he came in with that heavy punch and like would crush somebody, I was like, oh, let's go.
Yeah, he was always countering Moxley.
You get that feeling of, I love this guy, you know, he's the tough guy, not like, it's like the Japanese version of Eddie Kingston, except I don't like Eddie Kingston anymore.
Yeah,
but it's like he comes in and you're like, he's gonna do it.
Yeah, I like the little spot Claudio does the spin on Okada. We get a Shield spot where they do the power bomb, the 3-man power bomb,
and then they did a 3-man DDT. On the other side. I mean, it was a good match. Tanahashi in these small bursts that's where we need him now.
Yeah, that's exactly it. One second here. Yeah, and then we get the big call out at the end of the match. Bryan Danielson calls out Kazuchika Okada for Forbidden Door. And that's going to be something.
Yeah.
But because I think right now it can't be Zach because Zach is too far down the line for Danielson. Like he's too below him.
Also, you can just shoot that in anytime you want.
Yeah, that's true too. But I think we may be getting a Zach versus Samoa Joe.
I'll love that.
Yeah.
Oh, they already fought once, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. And I think we're going to get a title for title. So, but moving on. Yeah. So going back to like we're saying about Okada now. So what other matches do you think we might be getting? Because I know I want to see Zach versus Joe, maybe do a title for title, have Joe do a run in Japan.
Yeah.
And just have him the king of television and really make him.
See Joe versus Jeff Cobb.
Yes.
That's a match I want to see.
Yeah. And if they really want to do this King of Television gimmick, I think that's the perfect
Yeah,
so.
I'll take it. Or yeah, just do that. I'll take
Yeah,
that.
because at least this way with Saber losing to someone like Joe, it means something. You know what I mean? Like it's not like
and then you can let Jeff Cobb beat him for both titles after, and that could have been what the storyline has been building to this whole time.
Yeah, that could work. Because Joe can go technically with Saber, but he can also outpower him. So, but anyway, moving on, we are going to our main event of the night. A returning Yota Tsuji is challenging Sonata for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Tsuji has improved so much since coming back to Japan.
He's an absolute freaking beast.
Yeah, he's their Roman Reigns right now. He has the potential to be, at least.
I mean, except good.
Except better, yeah. Except he can actually wrestle.
He did a running backflip over the ropes to the outside.
Yes.
Like, you know how hard that is?
And he's huge. He's not a small guy either. He's a big guy. But I know he was in Excursion in Mexico. So for him to be, that's where he probably picked some of that up. And
well, he was supposed to go to Excursion in Mexico, and he stopped and spent half of it in the UK and then went to Mexico.
Yeah. So, yeah. And it turned out really, really well. I was surprised that they put him into the main event title picture immediately.
Yeah, like they even said they haven't done this with a person like in so long, because even Okada was at a bottom feeder when he first came back.
Yeah. So, but that's why I thought maybe this is where they were going to take the belt off of Sonata.
A lot of Sonata.
Yeah.
I thought maybe, but like the way they were talking, like we said before, there's clearly some kind of plan here, and it kind of feels like with the Just Five Guys versus LIJ thing is going to go, because Okada's tied up in something else, thank God. So it leaves the door open for Naito to get his last run in as world champion.
And it would make sense to have it against someone like Sonata.
It does. And then
Sonata's reign, in all fairness, Sonata's reign has been good. It hasn't been like bad.
No, it hasn't. And with the team that you have built there, I think you can, let's just say Naito wins the title, Wrestle Kingdom. You spend the next year feuding, but between Bullet Club and LIJ, and David Finlay eventually beat Naito for the title.
Which would be huge for Finlay.
Which would be, because it's Naito of all people. You let them have a 3-match situation, go Dontaku, Dominion, and then Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be very, very good. But we are now at the end of the show, and what was revealed halfway through the show is the participants for the G1 tournament. We are reviewing the G1 tournament like we did last year. At the end of every week, we'll post the video on the Monday on our thoughts of the week of the tournament. Only because the G1 is such a big tournament, we're going to do that. We won't do it for every tournament. But I'll quickly run through the participants, and you tell me when you hear a name. Like, we're getting Okada, Naito, Sonata, Ospreay, Tanahashi, Finlay, Umino, Shingo, Ishii, Tama Tonga, a returning Tongaloa, and Hikuleo. The three brothers are back together. We're getting Goto and Yoshihashi, Yano, Kenta, Zack Sabre Jr., Taichi, Eddie Kingston for the first time in a G1. We're getting El Phantasmo, which I'm looking forward to his tournament. I think he's not going to win it, but he's going to have a really good tournament this year. Ren Narita, Evil, Chase Owens.
Narita makes me excited.
Yeah. Chase Owens, which is no Fale this year, at least. Jeff Cobb, Great-O-Khan, Hanare, which I'm looking forward to see what Hanare can do after impressing us so much last year. We're getting Gabriel Kidd and Alex Coughlin, 2 new members of the Bullet Club. Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols, and Yota Tsuji, and Noah Superstar, Kaito Kiyomiya.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited for. So
when they announced him, that crowd popped so huge for that.
I think a really good possible matchup in like the early rounds would be Shota versus Kiyomiya.
Yeah. They haven't announced the blocks yet or any of the groupings or anything, but I'm looking forward to this.
I honestly would have liked two more maybe out of towners. Like so you got an AEW guy, you
Yeah.
have Noah
Couple
guy.
strong guys,
It
yeah.
would have been nice if you brought in a guy from Impact maybe and took out
Kind of like
like
what you did
Mikey
with Mike.
Nichols.
Yeah.
Because like
Okay.
Mikey Nichols does not need to be there. Like Shane
Yeah.
Haste, okay. Shane Haste has been part of a lot of matches now,
Yeah.
so I get it.
Someone like, say, Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah, that would be great. That's not even what I was thinking, but that would be great.
Right.
Yeah.
Gresham would have fit into this so perfectly.
Yeah, I would have sent over like Nick Aldis.
Well, there you go. But Nick Aldis is going to be involved in a feud pretty soon.
Yeah. I mean, there's just like, I feel like when you have the G1 tournament, part of the appeal is that like it's a tournament for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And they just, this year, they really went hard. Well, last year they kind of did too, right?
Yeah. There were quite a few Gaijin last year, and there's a few this year too.
You could have had an All Japan guy.
Yeah. Especially with tune in next week when we have our review of All Together Again.
Yeah.
So.
And then like you have the All Together Again thing, you have multiverse. So having an Impact guy and an All Japan guy with the AEW
it was someone
guy
like,
and the Noah guy.
Who else is someone that could have fit in that could fit in with that? We have Gresham, we got Aldis that could have fit in. But I don't think all this style would have really fit in with New Japan.
But I think Gresham would be more suited to like the juniors tournament.
Okay. But anyway, so with that out of the way, what would you rate this show?
What would you rate this show?
I gave it pretty high. I really enjoyed it. All the matches were good. Even though the outcomes weren't exactly with what I agreed it with, I'm not gonna let it take away from the score. I gave it a 7-8.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Yeah. Well deserving too. Like this was fantastic. Like it was and usually Dominion is a show that is always a lackluster show.
I'm telling you, me and Putty watched last year's Dominion. It was 6 hours long, and we spent most of it just we spent most of the time just fast forwarding.
Yeah. It was, but this one I didn't feel like I fast forwarded through anything. I didn't at all. The only time I would skip through just to cut back on time is the entrances.
I didn't even really do that. Any like dead time, I got up, I went to the kitchen or I went to the bathroom, and then I came back. So I kind of used all of it. I
would do like those little 10-second skips just to get through but yeah, it was a really good show. Well deserving of the score we gave it. So tune in next week. We are reviewing 2 shows. We got the All Together Again of New Japan, All Japan, and Noah doing their multiverse show. And we also have another Impact show. We have Against All Odds. They're both airing on the same day.
And hopefully it's Masha Slamovich versus Killer Kelly.
That match is there. Okay. It's on the card.
Good.
So we are getting that match. But we are also getting the rematch of Chris Sabin versus Trey Miguel.
Mm-hmm.
And we are getting a world title match of Burt Macklin FBI against Alex Shelley. Wouldn't it be something if both Motor City Machine Guns walk away with belts on this show?
If they do, and we know where this story is going, if it does, then you know what? I'm happy.
Because you know about option C with the X Division Championship. Kind of works like Money in the Bank. You can trade it in for a shot. And
hopefully that could be our Slammiversary.
One last shine on Sabin and Shelley before they retire.
Just let them go hard.
Yeah. They don't even have to like hate each other. Just like, I want this. And I want this too. Shelley's never won it. Sabin's won it before. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this has the potential, and like they're really smart with what they're doing over there. Scott D'Amore gets it.
Yeah, because I think you don't have to let Sabin win. You let Shelley beat him, and then you turn that into a feud with what's his name from Japan that just lost at Kushida. Because Kushida versus Shelley would be a really good little fun.
Former tag team partners.
Yeah. Which
eventually will lead to I don't even think you need to put the title back on Josh when he comes back.
No.
Like after that, let Nick Aldis carry it for a while, and then
let Josh Alexander win the New Japan Strong title and go for a run on that.
Yeah. That would be great. I bet you if Josh were not injured, he'd be in the G1.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah. So I think that might have been that would have been good. But with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Tune in next week for those reviews. And with that out of the way, goodbye and good night.